Hello, hello. Welcome back to Reaching New Heights in the Arts. This is Dana Susan Beasley of AngelArts.biz, and today I am going to be sharing from our book, Fairy Tales for Reluctant Readers. So, I would grab a snack and a blanket and snuggle down and enjoy these fairy tales. The first one I'm going to read is called The Legend of Sujetsia by Nathen Creed. Rapidly, the wolves bounded through the dark forest under the full moon, leaping over stream and fallen branch. All the while, a slender girl ran among them barefoot and clothed in rags. She was a daughter of the moon, a gift from above to the pack, young and beautiful, with long red hair and blue eyes. Her name was Sujetsia. She was the lily among the thorns. Every night she howled to the mother, the moon, alongside her brothers and sisters. She had her father's ear and a place at his right side in the pack. Tonight she would become an Ofritip, in their ranks a protector of the Stone of Tears. As they ran, Ajuki, her brother, called out to her, "You have gotten faster, dear sister. Tonight you make your mark upon the world." Sujetsia smiled, revealing her sharp teeth, and together they entered a meadow where a stone stood in the very center among the tall grass. All around the wolves sat, their heads held high. Agio, the alpha, sat nearest to the pale stone. "My brothers, my sisters, tonight my daughter, Sujetsia, will be blessed by her mother the moon in all her glory. Let us give our voice to the heavens as she receives her blessing." Sujetsia came to stand upon the white rock. She gazed down to her family, who stared up at her. Soon they lifted their heads together as the moonlight embraced her body lovingly, lifting her into the air. The wolves howled in honor of their princess and gave thanks for the light of the moon. But things were not as well as they seemed, for the daughter of the moon that very night had become of age, and thus the moon's light transformed the woman into a single flower which would never wither or die. And from then on, any time the wolves were in trouble, they would come to Sujetsia, and she would bless them with healing light and prolong their lives to an unnatural length. From that day on, the world of men came to that forest, and by a great war broke out between them and the wolves. But in the end, Sujetsia's light brought peace to the land and gave wolves the ability to speak as humans do. In later years, the greatest of the warriors and men and wolves would gather once every year during the full moon to thank the Sujetsia for all she had done. Today, when one looks up to the full moon, they can feel a part of Sujetsia gazing down upon them. The Old Leather Shoe by Nathen Creed. There once lived a mother of 7 children. Her husband was a shoemaker and would travel into the village market every morning to sell his products of all kinds, colors, and sizes. One night, the shoemaker's wife noticed how weary and tired her husband was. Her husband was only able to bring home a small amount of coin each day, not nearly enough to feed their family well. So the woman went to an open window and gazed up to the heavens. She prayed for a miracle to fall upon her humble family in the village whose fortune had dwindled into poverty. 3 days went by, and all remained the same. On the 4th day, the woman saw the old shoemaker drop something as he left for the village. The shoemaker's wife ran to pick up what was dropped. It was an old brown leather shoe with a tattered and worn-out sole. As the woman examined the old shoe, she tipped it over. Something fell to the ground from inside. A single gold coin lay in the dirt at the woman's feet. She picked it up, but as she bent down, another gold piece fell from inside the old leather shoe. Then another and another. Every time the woman tipped over the shoe, a gold coin presented itself. This was strange indeed. What should she do? Should she tell her husband? But wait, she pondered the situation and remembered her prayer 3 nights ago. Was this the miracle she had asked for? It had to be. Excited, the woman knew she would have to come up with a clever plan to bless her husband and the village without anyone discovering her secret source of blessing. Her oldest son, Aaron, worked as a fisherman at the river which ran between the village and the shoemaker's home. The next morning, after the woman's husband left for the market, she went to her son down at the river's edge. She told him she had come to bless her son. He could catch more fish for a longer time and further up the river if he left all the cleaning and storing to her. The son gladly agreed, and he gave her his entire catch. She collected fish from him that noon and night. Aaron was able to catch so much that there was enough fish to feed the entire village. Ever so secretly at home, while her husband and son slept, the shoemaker's wife placed a gold coin in each fish. The next day they sold all their catch in the market. Then, when the day was over, she returned home filled with joy. 3 weeks went by, and every day the woman worked hard by the river and continued to sneak a coin into each fish. Soon the village that had been struggling to get by was now full of joy, thriving once more to its former glory. Everyone talked about the strange findings of gold coins in their fish, and were greatly pleased. They even spoke rumors of a loving river spirit that had surely shown them favor. But the humble woman knew the source of their blessing was from God, and an old leather shoe filled with magical coins. As the years went by, the shoemaker's wife would pull out the old leather shoe when times were tough, and once again go to her secret work with a twinkle of joy in her eye. Never did this gentle woman desire her deeds to be known, and she gave glory to God each time the magic coins appeared. Those were stories by Nathen Creed in our book, Fairy Tales for Reluctant Readers, and that is a collection of 12 fairy tales, and it is specifically written for children who have a hard time reading but don't want to read more juvenile or infant-like type of books. They're exciting stories and ones that they will love. They're great to read aloud. So check out our book, Fairy Tales for Reluctant Readers. You can find them at our website, AngelArts.biz, or you can purchase them on Amazon. So check that out, and we will be producing more as the months and years go by. So be sure and see how this book can really help your child excel and to even love reading. So that's all for today. Next Saturday I will be back with some more literature to read that we have created. And in the meantime, may we reach new heights in our lives and beyond. This is Dana Susan Beasley of AngelArts.biz.